Hey guys, what's up? It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. So it is day 3 of the One Big Impact Share the Love Challenge. So I wanted to say, first of all, I am super excited. I actually see tons of people doing really well. So today's video is actually going to be what is ketosis, how to test for it, and kind of a basic overview of what ketone bodies are. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so when you're following a low carb regimen or Atkins or ketogenic diets or keto or anything like that, you're actually going to be limiting your carbohydrate content to, obviously it's all different aspects. For some people do 50 carbs, some people do 18 to 22, kind of depends on what actual plan you're following. So what ketosis is basically, is when your body is limited of the amount of glucose, sugar, or carbohydrates that is in your body to burn for fat or energy stores, then it no longer has that ability. So what does it do? It's a normal process to go into a state of ketosis, and then your body is actually burning its stored fat. It does that so that it actually can complete still and have daily functions without having any issues. Now, once you're probably wondering, well, what are ketones? Well, when you go into a state of ketosis, your body builds up lots of acids, and those acids are actually called ketone bodies. That is how you're actually able to test within your urine, because those are being flushed out of your body, and you're actually going to see on this happy little guy, this is actually, if you don't have your ketosis strips, check out the description below. You can go get them on Amazon. They're super cheap, between $6 and $8. And honestly, I would recommend getting them on my link versus like Wally World or something like that, because you get twice the amount for about the same price. Actually, it's like 2.5 times the amount for the same price. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, Mike Rupee and I think somebody else in the group, I think it was Karen, Karen Leak, I think yesterday were commenting, asking some questions, and kind of, they were saying, everybody was asking like, when do I test, blah, 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 blah. I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. But I wanted to say, as far as a range, if you're looking for, what is a range for to be in ketosis or whatever, anything above negative is good. Obviously, if you're negative, you're not going to be testing. If you're super high, that's pretty rare. Some people do, depending on their body chemistry. But I would say between small and moderate is a really good, so 15 to 40 is a really good range to shoot for. It doesn't matter if you're not in that range. What matters is that you are showing ketone bodies within your urine or your blood, because I'll also put a link in the description below. You can test with your blood as well. Now, the next thing is when to test. Now, first of all, you could test anytime. You could be like, I'm gonna slam some water and test now, like Karen said I do. I literally test a lot. I tell people, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to be, testing all the time. I don't want to get stressed out about it. I don't want to be weighing myself all the time. Hey, you do what works for you and let somebody else do what works for them. I love to weigh myself all the time. I love to test myself all the time. If that doesn't work for you, if it discourages you, if it gets you bummed out, if it gets you overwhelmed, if it makes you feel like you're not completing something, then don't do it. But you can test anytime you want. Obviously, the more you test, the more expensive it's gonna get. But if you follow my link below, you're probably not even gonna pay like a half a penny per test strip, not even that. And if you want to get even cheaper with it, you could taste one. Don't taste the test strips, damn it. Freaking troublemakers. You could take these and slice them right down the center, and you get 2 out of 1. Also, another quick tip is you need to make sure this is sealed tight, or you're never going to test in ketosis. They're always going to be blank no matter what. They will go bad if oxygen reaches them for an extended period of time. And they need to be at a certain temperature, it says on there, depending on which ones you buy or whatever. But beyond that, you can usually, if you're going into ketosis, say you started a low carb regimen today. Okay, don't test today, don't test tomorrow. You need to wait at least For smaller people, I'd say 2 days. For people that have a little bit more weight on them, I would say 3 days. I personally am like between the 3 and 4 day range to get into ketosis. So if you're like, the next thing is if you're staying consistent with your meal plan. If your meal plan's the same each and every day, that's where I design my meal plans. If you bought one of my meal plans, you're gonna know that I have you eating the same thing every day for 7 days. And the reason I do that is because there's no guesswork, you know. Ketosis is kind of like a fine thing. It's a very fine line, you know. If you could potentially screw up or get, you know, way in the wrong direction or whatever with ingredients or something like that. So you need to be really diligent about eating the same meal plan. If you tested today and you're in ketosis and you're eating the same thing for the next 4 days, not even swaying at all, then you don't need to test for the next 4 days because you're in ketosis no matter what. So there's no guesswork if you're following a consistent meal plan. If you're new here, by the way, check out our Facebook group, Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. I do have, I think, about 4 or 5 meal plans that are free on there. If you need something customized, please feel free to private message me and we can work something out. I won't be doing those on the challenge, but afterwards I can definitely get those pumped out for you. The next thing is, in the morning I tend to test best after a workout. So when I've been fasting in the morning, I wake up and I'm not gonna eat before a workout. I'm gonna work out, and afterwards, you know, I've drinking plenty of water, I feel good, my body's real flushed out, I test for ketosis. Usually that's gonna be the highest time that I'm actually going to read. If it's, you know, after a meal or whatever, sometimes you get thrown up. You don't throw up, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you get thrown around and your body's going through different digestive issues and stuff like that. So I would definitely do it on a fasted state after a workout. You've had plenty of water and stuff like that, and you usually will get the best reading. But that could depend on your body. The next thing is that you don't need to worry about, a lot of people, and I spoke about this in the beginning of the video, don't worry about the levels you're on, just worry about the fact that you're not in negative. If you're not in negative, usually you're pretty good. I would say if you're in trace, maybe kick it up a notch. You know, turn one of your heavy meals into one of your snacks, see if that makes a change. If it does, something needs to be altered in your heavy meal because it's too heavy on carbs. So definitely keep that in mind. Next, these are going to be some signs that you're either in ketosis, going into ketosis, or making yourself fat adapted. So the first one, and I hear this a lot, I don't know anybody that's ever told me I had it, but bad breath. A lot of people say, you know, when you got those ketone bodies coming out of your skin or whatever, that you could potentially smell breath or a stinky odor coming from you. I've never had that problem. I've been around lots of people that have been in ketosis. I've never had that problem. I say if your breath stinks, you probably need to freaking brush your teeth. That's all I gotta say. But it is pretty well known in the industry that that could be a definite sign. The next thing is that you have stinky pee, you know, and I obviously, yes, I know, pee stinks. But I will say one step further, it will have a unique smell. Have you ever smelled your have you ever smelled your pee after eating asparagus? There's an obvious difference in smell. It's not going to smell quite like that, but it will have quite a pungent odor, and you'll be able to tell. Not that I recommend that you go around smelling your pee all day, but I'm just saying, you'll be able to tell the definite difference. The next thing is that you could have decreased hunger, and you're probably thinking, well, why would I have decreased hunger? Your body's becoming fat adapted. It's not craving, it's not going wild for those carbohydrates and sugars because you're being adapted to fat, which in turn is actually a lot better for your body. The next thing is that you could have more energy. Once you go into ketosis, like that 3rd, 4th day, and you're full blown in ketosis, you may have insane amounts of energy, literally. But the opposite of that, while your body is adapting to ketosis, like the 2nd day usually, if you're a 3rd day ketosis person, meaning you go into full keto or full ketosis on the 3rd day, then your 2nd day could be very full of fatigue as your body's transferring. So definitely keep that in mind. It's not a bad thing. You're not sick. Something that can help with that is like a warm cup of chicken broth. I say warm because cold chicken broth sucks and it's nasty. It's chicken broth. But or salt or something like that. I will put a link in the description below to my keto flu videos. I have 2 of them. I'll put those in the description below. Go check those out. Maybe you could be going through that. It could take up to a week, 2 weeks with some people, but honestly, I've never experienced it more than a couple days, if anything. The next thing is, obviously, we're gonna talk about something dirty right now. Constipation and diarrhea. You could either have one extreme or the other. Usually you're not gonna have it for more than a couple days. Your body will be adapting and turning into a fiber burning machine. You probably were not eating this much vegetables. You should have been, but you probably were not eating this many vegetables, and it's important that you are. So as your body changes into being a much healthier state, you could experience constipation or diarrhea. Don't worry, it's not gonna last. Usually goes away. You'll actually notice that you'll probably poop a lot less over time, which is good. The next and final thing, and I'm not trying to scare you away, I'm just saying these are some of the signs that you could be in ketosis or you could be going through it. Usually they don't last. It's only a couple days and then you're boom, off and running. Insomnia. Some people say that they are having trouble with sleep or something like that. Honestly, I've never had that problem because I have insomnia, so I don't know what the hell, what the difference was, but stated that that could be a problem. Now, obviously, if you lack a little bit of sleep, but you're losing weight, it's a couple day transition. Don't panic, it's probably not that big a deal. I've never actually heard anybody specifically say that have that problem that I know, but I will say that is the least of your worries, guys. Go to bed a little bit earlier and you'll actually get the same amount of sleep. So definitely keep that in mind. You guys, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this video and to our channel. Remember, if you are new here, please check out our Facebook group called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. That is the driving force of this, and all those members are absolutely amazing. I have one word of encouragement for you. If you are actually going to that group to try to sell or push products, you probably want to go to a different group. We have amazing moderators and we have an amazing family full of people that are not buying your shit. So don't go. But that being said, you guys keep up the good work. I have so much. Oh, by the way, we have twins in the group. Beth and, oh my gosh, horrible, but we have twins in the group, which is actually pretty cool. And it's kind of hard to tell them apart. But they are also in the challenge. And there's lots of folks that are in the challenge. I think we got like 35-ish people in the challenge. Remember, you will be disqualified from the challenge if you don't like, share, and comment each and every one of these videos in this particular playlist. You don't have to do it with everyone, but definitely keep that in mind, you guys. If you have trouble doing that, please let me know, and I will do my best to be able to help you get through it. You guys, and I appreciate you guys helping me get through my journey. I hope that you guys put up some amazing numbers over the course of the next 30 days. I believe in each and every one of you. If anybody has ever any questions, please forward them to me. I apologize if I don't get back to you right away. I have lots that is going on. It's a one-man band here. But remember, a changed mind is a changed life. All you gotta do is flip that switch, guys. Seriously. You wake up and you inspire yourself every day just to say no. Say no to the bad food. Say no to that bad life that you were living. You guys keep up the good work. Remember to spread love, not hate, and hashtag be stronger than your excuses. Peace.